good afternoon, everybody. Dustin from the Edison Exchange. But right now we're in the Harvey House Gallery, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more here in just a minute. But for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we are the Edison Exchange, located in historic downtown Winsboro, Texas, where we specialize in vintage jewelry, coins, currency, bullion, Civil War era items, items from the American arts and crafts movement, Southwest art, Southwest jewelry, Navajo rugs. We do a lot of different things. So if you have any of those items, we do buy those items as well, and it's something that we specialize in. So we went on a little trip here lately, and we did it for the museum here at the Harvey House. We went out and got some great items. We traveled. We had a lot of people calling us, a little people upset about us being gone. But we're going to go out more. We're going to look for items for the museum. We hope to keep the Harvey House open. We're currently looking for someone to run that, so hopefully we get that pretty soon. But once we do, even if the Edison Exchange, which is our separate jewelry store, will be closed at times, but the Harvey House, we're hoping that it'll stay open. It'll be more of our Southwest style, plus we'll have the fun museum here, the general store type setting. And again, guys, we've got to go out. We've got to go find these items. We've got to go do these videos. And so with that said, our videos may get a little bit longer whenever we do these trips, because we're also going to be tying in a little bit of history. Along with going out looking for these items, we also want to do these fun videos. So this is part one of our trip to Vicksburg, Mississippi. And we're going to be traveling through time, but we're going to start around 1910 at Oak Hall, which is an amazing bed and breakfast. If you get a chance, go stay there. We highly recommend it. But it's in a mission revival style. And let's talk about that a little bit, because our style here is a little bit of a mission revival. So let's start off with some terms that are loosely thrown around at times, which are the American arts and crafts movement, which is something that I love personally collecting. I love the history of it. But it was a decorative arts movement which started in the early 1900s. And the whole point of it was kind of a rebellion against the industrialized, mass-produced furniture and style from the Victorian era. Think about it, the Victorian era is very busy. The arts and crafts sought to kind of bring back old art, glass, copper, pottery, and you have this really unique style of art that comes from the decorative arts movement. Now, it's kind of started in England, but when it came to America, it really got fun and interesting. Now, with that said, mission revival kind of ties into that, because you see this very cool mission style. You saw Stickley, you saw houses in California that had that style that imitated an old mission. A lot of right angles, a little bit of a Southwest style. And keep in mind, this is all in line with the American arts and crafts movement. You have mission, which falls in under that. You also have Southwest arts and crafts, which is all during that same time frame. And you have the Navajo rugs, you have the baskets, you have the really cool Fred Harvey era jewelry that you see come about. And the whole point of all this is all this decorative arts, or all these items, are handmade. And that's what's so neat to me about it. There's a lot of spirit into those items. It was all a rebellion against that mass-produced, just something to sell you, and to make a piece of art that you could have with you every day that was beautiful. So with that said, this first video, we're going to go visit Oak Hall, which is a mission revival style home or mansion that we had the pleasure of staying in. And you actually see a lot of arts and crafts, stained glass. You see the mission style mixed into this whole aesthetic, and it was just really, really magical in my opinion. The room was very dark, so I'm going to go ahead and show these again, but you'll see these later on in the video. But we actually recently acquired these 1930s, 1940s era candlesticks, and they're very mission revival, but they also have a Southwest arts and crafts motif to them, because you have these little yay deities, and we're going to talk about that more in the video. But these are just great. These are recent acquisitions that are going to go to the museum, but they're kind of that fusion of Southwest arts and crafts, American arts and crafts, mission revival, all into one piece that you have right here from very close to the time frame. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's go over to Oak Hall, and let's take a look at that beautiful bed and breakfast that we had the pleasure of staying in. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Dustin from the Edison Exchange, but we're not at the store at the moment. We're going to switch over to the store and look at a Tiffany Studios lamp this week. But first, let's talk about Oak Hall. This is actually a bed and breakfast. We're staying here while we're visiting Vicksburg, Mississippi. And it's a mission-style revival mansion built in 1910. And it's very impressive, especially with all the architecture and that mission-style revival with the stained glass windows. And we're going to talk about that history a little bit more. We're going to show you guys a couple of special pieces while we're in the house and how that motif mixes in with that mission style. And the Harvey House, or the Harvey House Gallery, which is the museum and general store that we're opening in Winsboro, Texas, mimics the mission style. And so we wanted to share a really beautiful mansion in that architecture style. So let's go take a look, and let's look at what they've got going on inside. Come on, guys. So it's just very, very neat to step into somebody's shoes that would have lived during this time frame. And this is something, the architecture is something you'd expect to see out west or in the Southwest with the arts and crafts and mission style. But then you see these very southern motifs like this floral or this kind of magnolia type motif that you see. And this is the entryway as you walk in, and you're just greeted with these spectacular stained glass windows. And so let's go inside, because I think that's the true presentation, is whenever you actually go inside and you see this mission style and you have the paintings and the light that comes through the glass. It's just a whole different atmosphere whenever you step in. And so this is a beautiful place. Again, if you're ever in Vicksburg, Mississippi, this is just the tip of the iceberg as you walk in. This is actually the meeting area. Definitely check it out. Stay, we recommend it. It's a very, very fun stay, and you're surrounded by arts, especially if you're an enthusiast of the arts and crafts movement. And of course, I do love my lamps, and I think one of the coolest features is this W.D. Brown style lamp, or this mission style lamp as you walk in. That got me probably the most excited. But guys, we'll check out some pieces at the store. We're going to switch over there. We'll also do a quick video collage of the house here at Oak Hall, and give you guys some fun little slideshow of that. So let's go check out the Tiffany Studios lamp. All right, so we're back at the store, and like I said, we're going to talk about this Tiffany Studios lamps. It's one of my favorite subjects to talk about. Not only that, if you didn't notice in the backgrounds of all of our videos, we have these really neat mission style lamps. I love collecting lamps. And one day we'll have to talk about my red lamp. And for those of you that know me or know about the red lamp, you're probably giggling a little bit. But we're going to talk about that on another video, and it'll be kind of fun. Just trust me on that. But today, let's talk about this Tiffany Studios lamp. This is a recent acquisition. And in the early 1900s, lamps were a luxury item. A lot of them were sold at jewelry stores. You had Tiffany and Company, you had Handel, many different companies that were actually many cases like Unique Art Glass Company, just a few blocks from Tiffany Studios. So they were all working together. Sometimes the same artisans will actually interchange from one studio to the other, but they were a luxury item. But they are also a big part of the arts and crafts movement or mission style type settings, because glass is a very archaic type material used in medieval times, a revitalization of old techniques and old art, and glass is a play on that. So you have this old, archaic, medieval type material, stained glass windows, and we saw a lot of that in Oak Hall with the play of light. And if you notice, if you actually turn the light off, it turns to this beautiful blue color. It actually changes color. Well, that's one characteristic of Tiffany Studios glass that you can look for at times, is it will actually change colors. And if you saw, it went from a blue to a green, and so very interesting. But it was new technology, and the art was in the glass. They came up with new, we'll use the word formulas or new techniques to create the glass. You had Favril glass that Tiffany introduced as a Favril glass. It's considered Favril, but it's very bright, and as you can see, for that time frame, it's out of characteristics. It's very bright, it's yellow. You have this beautiful motif design, but this is a Tiffany and Company plate from roughly the same time. And Tiffany Studios and Tiffany and Company, they were playing with glass. Now, Fabrial glass that I usually see looks much like this. This is Lotes, though, which was one of Tiffany's biggest competitors. Whenever Tiffany introduced the Fabrial glass, other manufacturers, mainly Lotes, came in. And this is actually from the early 1900s as well. It has this beautiful Art Nouveau, arts and crafts style to it, but they fit in and complement each other very, very well, as you can see. So glass, many different types of material. You saw copper, hammered copper. We're going to look at a little bit of that here later in the video. But if you notice in Oak Hall, there's a lot of stained glass windows. And you could see any of these pieces fitting in very well there. And as you can see, the stained glass is a very, very, very big characteristic of that home. Now, I want to show you, because jewelry was not exempt from the arts and crafts movement. And here we actually have a Tiffany & Co. or Tiffany Studios. It's actually Louis Comfort Tiffany attributed, but it's a 18 karat gold necklace with a beautiful amethyst in the center, and it is signed Tiffany & Company on the back, and it has this very archaic wirework design that Louis Comfort Tiffany was known to have designed. I've actually seen light fixtures with this very same type of design in it. Now, this is not Tiffany. These other pieces are not, but these are definitely in the Art Nouveau kind of arts and crafts style. And as you can see, there's very organic motifs, very organic materials used. You often see pearls. In this case, we see Burmese jade panels. And then you have this really interesting, very arts and crafts, in my opinion, enamel. And this is a 14 karat gold bracelet. Super cool piece from the time frame. And then you have this 14 karat gold ring. And again, you see that use of the organic materials with jade and pearl. Of course, Tiffany & Company was known for its scarabs. That was a big motif. You had this huge Egyptian revival aesthetic that was going on at the same time. So, of course, we have these really neat scarab rings from the same time frame of the early 1900s. And this is actually designed and articulates because they were actually trying to mimic an actual Egyptian ring. And they had, I believe, recovered one from, if I remember my history right, from King Tut's tomb that was designed just like that. And Tiffany & Company was famous for mimicking that. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Tiffany Studios lamp. This is a recent acquisition. We're going to be doing a little bit more with that here in the near future. But let's go back to Oak Hall and let's check out some more of the beautiful aesthetics of that home. So I can see where Oak Hall gets its name because we're surrounded by beautiful oak. And I think that one piece of architecture of this mansion that really stands out to me is this grand staircase. And it's just very impressive as you walk up it. And as you walk up it, you even notice that on the top of the pedestals that over time, as people have actually touched it, it's worn down. And it's just kind of neat to, you know, it's just history. It's kind of walking in the footsteps of others and being able to appreciate and see that history. So let's go take a look at some items here at the mansion while we're here. And let's talk about that and how that plays into a Southwest or arts and crafts style and what we're planning to do. Alright guys, so we're here in the Fanny Suite here at Oak Hall, and it's named after the original owner, which is Fanny Willis Johnson. And we've actually brought a few pieces out of our collection at the Edison Exchange. Now again, we're mixing this Mission Revival Harvey House idea at our new museum, and we wanted to show a few pieces that are going to be in the museum collection, as well as a few arts and crafts movement pieces, and show you how that blends just very naturally into this aesthetic and this Mission Revival. So we actually have a pair of candlesticks here, which are from the Southwest. They're from the 1930s, 1940s. And you can see they're in this arts and crafts Mission Revival style, and they just fit in naturally with this very natural, very arts and crafts style green and this brown on this fireplace that's in the Fanny Suite. And this features a Yay deity, and these are handmade, totally hand carved, very arts and crafts. And you got to think the arts and crafts movement in the early 1900s, along with the Navajo rugs and the Southwest arts and crafts, all date to roughly the same time frame, and they kind of bounce off of each other. And I've actually brought a Navajo rug. Now this is a contemporary rug, but you can see that Navajo beauty deity, which is what a Yay is, which you usually see represented in the Navajo rugs. But in this case, we have it kind of reapplied to a candlestick here, and it's just very neat, very interesting, especially for it being from the 1930s, 40s time frame. You really see yays really put into more art going into the 50s, 60s, 70s, and it's very neat to have these candlesticks, which will be going in the museum collection. Now, this is Heinz Metalworks Company, and this is bronze with sterling silver overlay. And this is a small vase here, and there's a little bit of an Art Nouveau feel, but definitely you can see the arts and crafts style, or arts and crafts movement incorporated into this piece. Another piece that would go great in this room would be Roycroft, and we'll take a look at a few Roycroft pieces, but they're essentially hammered copper pieces, and you could just see it just magically just going into this type of environment and just being at home. Now, we did bring a few local pieces, and this is from our very own that works for us at the Edison Exchange, and it is William Hagerman. This is some of his miniatures. He's a very talented bluebonnet and Southwest artist, and these miniatures, we hope to have some of them available at the Harvey House Gallery. And these are just some examples from our personal collection at the Edison Exchange. Again, he's a wonderful artist. He's local here in Winsboro, Texas. And as you can see, even though we're in Vicksburg, Mississippi, this mission style revival, all this just goes great with each other. And you could maybe make your own arts and crafts style at your own house. And we'd be happy to help you do that with some of these paintings. But guys, thank you. We're going to hop back over to the store. We're going to look at a few Roycroft pieces and give you some examples of that. And let's go take a look. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Harvey House Gallery. And I want to show you guys some of the other items we were talking about, just other examples from the American arts and crafts movement, great handmade items. But before we do that, I want to say thank you guys for your support here at the Harvey House Gallery, at the Edison Exchange, our estate jewelry store, as well as our online group, Jewelry Hunters Live Sales, where all the proceeds from the sales every Thursday night, and we ship anywhere in the United States for just $6. Flat rate U.S. shipping. Those proceeds go to the operation cost here at the Harvey House Gallery for the museum. So thank you guys. We hope to do more videos, bring you more interesting items. And if you like history, the online sales are fun too, because we do trivia. But thank you guys. I was asked recently, why are you doing this? Why are you doing the Harvey House? What's the big deal with the museum? Well, I enjoy doing it. It's my way, or our way, of saying thank you to our community here in Little Winsboro, Texas. We love the small town vibe. We like that, and this is our way of saying thank you. If somebody asked me if you sold everything today, what would you do? Well, I'd get up the next day and I would go find more, because I like to thrill the hunt. I like sharing history. I like sharing the story of objects with people. And to me, I like that more than money. I like it more than things. So if I sold everything today, just know I'd start over and I'd do it all again. That's what I would do. So thank you guys. Thank you. Guys, let's look at some items here. We talked about Roycroft and hammered copper pieces. Roycroft is early in the American arts and crafts movement. It actually started off by a gentleman named Elbert Hubbard, and he actually had a press to make books in East Aurora, New York, and that's a whole nother story. It's very detailed. We may do a video on that in the future, but we're going to keep it simple today. But these are actually some books from the Roycroft. Little Journeys was real famous. He did pamphlets. So it started off very philosophical. Then they had a copper shop where they would do these great hammered copper. These are some examples you see here of hammered copper. I believe these are actually Craftsman Studios, which was a little different, but you can see this style of the hammered copper would look really great in Oak Hall. But it's early in the American arts and crafts movement. As you can see here, this says Elbert Hubbard. But it started off with books. It started off with philosophy. And of course, you can just see throwing a Navajo rug in the floor of your arts and crafts home or your bungalow, but also pottery. You can see here like Groovy, Rookwood. This here is Van Briggle. All this goes together, and you can put this in an arts and crafts style home or mission revival style home, and it just looks great. It's very rustic. It's handmade. There's just a certain, I don't know, vibe about it or spirit that you can kind of feel that. You know, the whole philosophy is if you're going to be around objects, you might as well be around objects that you love every day and you find beautiful. And to me, items from the American arts and crafts movement are very beautiful in their own right. You can just feel the humanity in the pieces, and that's what I like. Guys, thank you. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for watching our video today and for supporting us. Just remember, guys, the proceeds from the videos, as well as our Facebook group that we're part of, Jewelry Hunters Live Sales, every Thursday night. We sell a great selection of jewelry and coins, and all the proceeds from those sales go to our operation costs at the museum. And guys, if you like the music that you heard during our video, all those songs are actually Edison Records. We like to feature the name of the song and a shot of the label at the end, and we record all those songs here at the store on this Edison A250. So if you like that, look at the end of the video. We like to give you the artist and the song, so you might discover something new in the music world as well while you watch our videos. But thank you guys. Like, share, and subscribe so we can keep doing more of these videos. And come see us at the Edison Exchange.